Haka, if I could have you and Hassan's entire family and his friends that are here from the planning community, please join me. And I'm just going to warn all of you and those who are watching from home, please come on up, and those who are in the audience, that if I break down emotionally, please forgive me as I move forward with this presentation and as Hassan Haghani's family comes up here. Something not very easy to do, but I try to tell myself not that I wasn't going to break down, that this is a time to celebrate, but Hassan was a very special human being, and certainly somebody that I can personally say I had a great affection for him. And so it's not very easy to be here today, because last year at this time as well, my brother was in the hospital and passed away yesterday. But there's also celebration where my twin brother just gave birth. He didn't give birth, but his wife gave birth to a baby boy who they named after my brother who passed away last year, Peter. And so as I look at that blessing and bringing someone into the world, but losing somebody that was extremely special, an extremely special person, not only in the lives of his family and his partner who is behind us, but left an impression and a legacy, not only in this community, but various communities throughout Southern California. And so I'm going to read so that I don't continue to get emotional here. And I apologize. So Hassan Haghani worked in 6 Southern California cities as a planner. If you guys please join me closer. As a planner and as a director of planning in 3 of those cities. Before accepting the director position with the city of Santa Ana, Hassan was responsible for 2 large-scale specific plans in West Hollywood and Glendale that helped revitalize and transform those areas that they were in. Hassan also created, and it's just very cool, which is a design studio in Glendale by bringing in renowned urban design planners from San Francisco. To this day, that studio comprises of several staff members and an integral part of the planning of the city of Glendale. Once on board with the city of Santa Ana, Hassan's ambitions, talents quickly emerged. Hassan launched an in-house comprehensive general plan update, becoming a historical event, as Santa Ana was the largest city to attempt such a comprehensive study in recent California history. And I'll tell you that we've gotten this far in our general plan, not only because of Hassan's vision and Hassan's tenacity, but because he embraced and encouraged and empowered the people who worked for him. That's what made Hassan special. It was never about him, but it was about how can he motivate and encourage those that work for him to dream big and to believe. And that's one thing that Hassan instilled in me, and why I pushed so hard to get him his money so that he can, get this general plan and the grants that I possibly can get to help assist him, because I was a big believer too in that big dream, that vision of his that I wanted to see it come to fruition here in this great city of Santa Ana, as I've seen in West Hollywood and I've seen in the cities of Glendale. Hassan reshaped the planning division by including community development staff responsible for the community engagement and outreach to ensure that community voices were heard and formative in the planning process. By securing the funding, Hassan was able to double the size of his planning division. Beyond his contributions from a business and community standpoint, Hassan Haghani breathed and look, this man was a fresh of breath air. For those of you that didn't have the opportunity to meet him, beyond just being bold and not caring what people thought about him, he also had this amazing smile that really captivated a room. And his energy was just amazing. When he walked in, I was like, oh, what happened to my energy? Because I typically have a lot of energy. But when he walked in, it was like, where's Michelle? It's all about Hassan. And that's what I loved about him. But more importantly, he also, every time we met, he always offered, how can I help you become a better policymaker? What do you need to learn so that you understand this process? And that's one thing that I'll never forget about Hassan. And today, we also celebrate Persian New Year's. Can I pronounce that right? Nowruz?
Yes.
Nowruz, which translates to a new day. That being said, the city of Santa Ana would like to wish everyone a happy New Year's Day and excuse me. And today is March 20th, and we wanted, on behalf of the mayor and this entire city council, named today March 20 Hassan Haghani Day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And so I'll give you the proclamation. Hold a moment. I will read a couple of the whereases, but Haka, would you like to say a couple of words about Hassan and possibly his mother or any of his siblings that would love to speak about Hassan?
We'd certainly love that.
Yes, fantastic.
No community impacted Hassan the way that Santa Ana did. From the moment we moved here, he was inspired by it. This is a very unique community in all of California, and we loved it. We loved living here, and Hassan would come home just inspired by the very people that this entire body serves. And it's a great honor to be recognized on this day for all that Hassan wanted in his career and his vision for planning and his love of this city. So on behalf of everyone here, I thank you very much for recognizing that and to honoring Hassan in this moment. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And I see some of our staff that is in the audience, and truly wanting to thank them for, really notifying us, but more importantly, helping us shape and put this proclamation together. So thank you, Candida, and thank you to all of you Ali, who are all out here, for your support during this time, and to his family, and to the entire city of Santa Ana, and to all our residents, the pouring love and support that you all have given since his passing. And this is just a special moment, not just for us here in this city, but throughout Southern California, because he had a tremendous impact on so many people's lives. I always tell people that what is your preferred future? Our preferred future is dependent on the policies that we make today. We know what our community is going to look like 5 to 10 years. And Hassan was very good at understanding that. And that's probably why, it's with great difficulty and great pain and emotion to share with all of you that even though I take great pride in honoring this day for Hassan, he certainly will be missed, but we will always remember his smile in this room as he sat here on these chambers, and the transformation that he was able to make, not just within his own department in planning, but through all the departments here in the city. And I just want to share a quick story. When it was his last day, I figured to myself, okay, I'll come and say hi, and then we'll see what happens. Well, it seemed like Hassan had a whole day plan of activities on his last day before he was leaving to the city of Ontario. And I was devastated, like, you can't go, Hassan, you can't go. But when he looked at me and he said, everything's going to be okay here, Michelle. You have an amazing staff that is going to be able to get this general plan done. But more importantly, and he always said this about Santa Ana, it's the people of this community that make this city special. And that's why he had so much, he put his heart and soul into this city, and we saw that. And so thank you for giving us the opportunity to have Hassan here in our community and shaping it to what it is. And so with that, could we come over here so I can read the whereases, and we'll take a picture, and just wanting to, you want to share who's here with us?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
This is Hassan's nephew and my nephew, Hadi. This is Hassan's brother, Mohsen. In front of him is Hassan's mom, Azizi. Yeah, this is my brother-in-law, Hamid. This is Hassan's sister, Fa, and Hassan's sister, Layla, who's come all the way from Copenhagen. This is my mom. This is my sister-in-law. And this is Hassan's aunt, Heshmat. Thank you very much.
Okay, so thank you. So I'll read the last, just whereas Hassan Haghani truly had a vision for the city of Santa Ana that through his hard work and determination was achieved during his time here. Now, therefore, we, the mayor and the city council of Santa Ana, do hereby declare March 20th, 2018 as Hassan Haghani Day, and remember him for his devotion to the community and for touching the lives of those he was in contact with. And today it's dated March 20th, 2018. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we will enter into closed session following for a regular business meeting. This meeting is adjourned in honor and memory of Hassan Haghani, former executive director in planning and building agency. Hassan served as the city planning and building executive director for just a little over 2 years. Prior to his arrival in Santa Ana, he had a long and successful career with the cities of Glendale and West Hollywood. He passed away a little over a week ago from natural causes and leaves behind a trail of friends, family members, who are truly devastated from this untimely departure. The following are some thoughts by Haka, Hassan's partner, which truly reflect who he was. I have been saving this photo of the day my honey would leave the hospital, but this afternoon, the love of my life moved on. He had already stared death in the face with cancer. In that picture, and myself and Councilman Benavides were talking about, Hassan loved traveling to Mexico, and the picture that Haka put on his Facebook was a picture of Hassan smiling while he was in some part of Mexico. And so it was just great to have that reflection and to see that picture and that post. Earlier, he was fighting with pneumonia during his chemo and meningitis. This time he fought hard for a week, but he was unwilling to live a life of limits and convalescence. His heart gave out after his uncles and his East Bay cousin had visited him in the morning and after I had returned from lunch. He was considerate to the very end. My husband was the most fearless man I know. I always told him he was my hero. I called him my hummingbird. He never apologized for who he was, even in our fights. He was a co-founder of the first international gay and lesbian Iranian organization and was out as a teenager in the 1970s. He was unwavering in his principles and his integrity and weathered in the face of political pressure at the dais or in his personal life. In my proud opinion, he was the most dynamic city planner and administrator in Southern California, and I definitely agree to that. I beam with pride at my husband's planning accomplishments from LA to West Hollywood to South Pasadena to Glendale, Santa Ana, and Ontario. Yet he took his greatest professional joy from giving opportunity to underappreciated and talented professionals in California in public service. This is why fans and legions across Southern California speak so highly of Hassan. But I love the man in whose arms I fell asleep at night. His smell, his warmth, his kisses. I love the man with whom I traveled the world. Last week we were supposed to buy tickets to our next adventure in Scandinavia and St. Petersburg. And I love the man of whom I was an uncle, a great uncle, and a son and a brother. There are many whose hearts will be shattered with this news, but my husband made me swear that no one must cry when he passes. He wanted a party filled with joy. I will confirm the date of his celebration of life, which is actually this Saturday in Glendale. Thank you for the incredible love you all have shown us this week. God bless. They were together for 23 years. We adjourn this meeting in his memory and extend our most heartfelt condolences to his friends, family, and loved ones. Thank you, and have a great evening.